So welcome to Tinkers and Thinkers Build a Word. So if you want to just grab your instructions and you can follow along, it just says here right at the top, build a word, hands-on family activity. And we're going to start with number 1, which is to gather the materials that you need for this activity. So grab your kit/bag, and out of that bag, you're going to grab pencils, colored pencils, pens, erasers, sticky tack, and paper. It is important to keep the paper the size that it is, because it's kind of a half a page here. And I've cut them up that way because that's for the zine. So if you want to submit your work to be part of our zine, of our published magazine, they need to be that size. So please use that size. And if ever I'm speaking too fast or it's going too quickly, just click the pause button on the YouTube channel and just rewind it, play it over again, and just do that as much as you need. Step 2, we're going to think of a word that makes us feel strong or happy. So I have some examples here: bright, funny, worthy, understood, seen, epic, kind. So just think of that word. Take your time. Everybody in the room participating, just think of that kind of word. And then what we're going to do is we're going to grab one of those pieces of papers, all right, the half page, and we're going to start building up this word that we've thought of. Okay, so I've chosen the word bright because I like, it's kind of got a double meaning. It means intelligent, but also kind of luminescent, bright, giving off energy and light. So I like that word. It makes me feel good. So I've chosen that one. And I can use a little dictionary if you got one of these, or just use your phone, or if you got one of those big old dictionaries lying around, and just can help with spelling it, because bright is one of those weird letters in the English language that has a G for whatever reason. And so you can also read out the definitions for fun, because sometimes it's surprising what we think we know and what it says, what the dictionary says. So I'm going to gather a bunch of little elements to build my word. So if you have a junk drawer or several junk drawers, or workshop or whatever, I got little screws here. I got some kind of random rope. That's going to be really helpful for the kind of curvy letters like B. I have a broken plastic fork. Maybe I'll break it a bit more. Elastic, again, for the curvies is good. I got a little clothespin here. So just any kind of little thing that you can build your first letter with. And so you're going to build it kind of right on top of your paper. So let's pretend this is a desk. I'm going to build it up here. And you can use one element, several elements. As you can see in the picture, I've got some pencils, some twist ties, elastics to create my B. So yeah, all those things. Number 4, so that's just whatever you got lying around to build your word. Number 5 here. So on a second piece of paper, we're going to build the next letter of your word. So for my word bright, the next one is R. I used 2 pencils and those like little clippy things for snacks and keeping things fresh. I used one of those. And then number 6, you just keep going till you've spelt out your whole word. Next, what you're going to do is you're going to take a pencil and you're going to trace it out. So you got your paper here, what you've built your letter with, and you're going to take your pencil. Let's just pretend my finger is a pencil because I obviously don't have one right here. And I'm going to take it and I'm going to trace it out for my first letter on that one piece of paper. And then again, I'm just going to keep going until I've traced out each letter. Number 8, if you do have a phone or a camera, you can just take a picture of what you've built with what you've built, because it's always kind of fun to see, with what we build these letters, and you can just send it to us through Facebook or I don't think you can text our landline, but so Facebook would be the way to do that. No pressure. That's just if you want to. It's a fun step. And then number 9, you're at the bottom of the page, right? You're gonna write down what you used. All right, so right here I have a candle and a clothespin. I think that's for, oh, that was my eye here, yeah. So I'm gonna write it down. And again, grab that dictionary to sort of get the correct spelling. I had to look up thumbtack. I don't know, the B confused me. So I looked it up and then I wrote it. Number 11, do you remember what you used? The first time I did this activity, I kind of just swept everything off once I traced it, and I was like, oh man, what did I actually use? So if you did it that like me, all good. Just whatever you can remember, if it's one of the elements or all of them. Now it's time to color. So number 12 here. So you can color, you got these giant letters that you've created. You can color them in fully, you can color them, do like a little design like I did, and just have fun with that. Number 13, we're gonna try to create a new word with the letters that you have. So because you have different pieces of paper, you can kind of move them around and see. So I have bright here, and I was actually able to get grit from that. So grit, how would you define grit? Kind of like a little something that somebody has that makes them a little tough, that can get through the hard times. And I kind of like that word too. So I should probably look that up in the dictionary and get the whole definition. So maybe you can do that at home as well. And so if you can, if your letters really don't make another word, that's totally cool, because you can try number 14, and that's where you're going to mix your letters. Okay, so each person has their own letters and their own word, and you can try to create as many words as you can with other people's letters. All right, so have fun with that. And number 15, you're gonna write out your favorite word. So you're gonna find a new little piece of paper from the stack, and you're gonna write out your favorite word. So I'm gonna go back to my bright, because I do love it. And I'm going to use just the one page here to write out bright, so that somebody else can color in my word. And that's what I'm going to send to Literacy in Action to be part of the zine. All right, so that one piece of paper. And then number 16, you're going to tape up your word or sticky tack it somewhere in your home. So the letters that I'm keeping, all those letters, I'm going to put it maybe in my room, maybe in my kitchen, and just something that I can look at and say, yeah, bright. Or I can even write, you are bright, and just remind myself of that. And then as a little bonus, we still got some snow on the ground. We probably will for another couple weeks. And you can go outside and build your word in snow, either tracing it in the snow, or if you're feeling it, you can build it up kind of like a snow fort. If the snow has melted, who knows, it's March, so it keeps going up and down, even into April. You can build it up with sticks, you can build it up with pine cones. Just have fun with nature and build it up that way. And that is it for our Build a Word.